What up, my social media family? It is your favorite realtor, Josh Brown. And today, man, I'm giving you guys another market update. Don't forget to like and subscribe to your boy's channel. If you guys do appreciate me doing these market updates, or let me know if you guys want to know more about the market or want to see something different when it comes to these market updates. But as you know, I'm here to give you guys the updated information. This is going to be November's market update. We should have December's coming up here probably on the 10th of January. So as you guys know, they come a month after the actual data comes out. But I just want to jump straight into this. I know interest rates just went up. They just had a CPI data rating letting you see that inflation is starting to trim, go down a little bit. So hopefully that will help these interest rates, but they are still raising these interest rates. So with the interest rates we have already, let's just go over some of the data. Let's see what's been going on. Let's see if property's been sold, been sitting, what is going on in the market. I am your favorite realtor, and I'm going to give you guys this information right now. So let's get started. And this market update, as you guys know, it's going to be November 2022. It's going to be the full market update, and it's going to be we're going to go into detail. Just to start with the market snapshot. This just gives you guys an idea of what everything's looking like. When it comes to pending, sold transactions, list active transaction, and pretty much all of those. Let's just go down here. As you can see, we're starting to see a decline when it comes to actives. We're seeing a decline in pendings and sold, and it's going to be for both detached and attached single family. And when we look at these separately, you probably still will see the same trajectory. And I want to say the average sold price is at around 596,000. And that's going to be between all the counties. So don't get your hopes up too high, but month over month, we've seen about a 20% change, and year over year for actives is going to be 118%, pendings, negative 30%, month over month, negative 12. And you guys can kind of see the trajectory there. And this is going to be pretty much for the whole year. As you can see there, we're definitely seeing a decline there. And even when we look at the detached single-family homes, we're still seeing a decline there. And also for the attached single-family homes, we're seeing a decline there. So let's get into active listings analysis. So as you guys can see, usually during this time, this is when we have the least amount of active listings, but we're starting to see a decline in actives. And this is normal. I'm just letting you guys know the winter months, this is normal. This right here, as you guys can see, back in July when we had the most amount of inventory on the market, we're starting to see a little decline there, but we're at about 6,000 units right now that are active. That's a negative 20% month over month change, but 118% year over year change. And if you look at all the counties, this is just going to be all the active listings for detached and attached. So, excuse me, guys. Excuse me about that. So as we keep going, the active listings analysis, as you guys can see here, for detached single family homes, we're also seeing a decline. They had about 4,000 active listings. And this is where majority of the inventory is coming from, is the detached single family homes. As you can see, when we go down to the attached single family homes, we're at record lows when it comes to actives. Even back in 2020, we had more. So we're at record lows when it comes to attached single family homes at 1,600. And that's a negative 15% month over month change, but a 71% year over year change. And then, of course, we always have the counties over here to the left. And now let's look at this months of supply inventory. I'm going to go down to a detached and attached so you can see the difference in the two. As you guys can see, we are still declining when it comes to months of supply. The detached single family homes, in October, we were at 1.8. Now we're down to 1.5. So that's a negative 18% decrease month over month change, and a 195%. Sorry guys, man, these market updates be so serious. I be yawning, and I'm just playing. But we've seen a little bit of a decrease there. And usually, as you guys can follow the trajectory when it comes, the winter months are the months that are usually a little bit lower. Jefferson County had the tightest supply of inventory at 1.35. And, you know, the county that I'm in, that I live in, is Arapahoe County, and we've had about 1.51% months of supply. So that's still a month over month of a 17% decrease. You know, when we start to see decreases in inventory, you know, the winter months is usually when we don't have high inventory. As you guys can look back in the previous years, we haven't had that much high of inventory, but as you know, as we get into these, after we get into the January, February, and March, you'll start to see, you know, inventory start to increase. So if we look at the attached single family homes, they're down to 1.27% months of supply. So that's still historically low. You know, if we were looking at the data seriously, if we were looking at the data and we was following the stats, this will still be a seller's market. Arapahoe County had the tightest months of supply for the attached single family homes with 1.7 months of supply, 1.07 months of supply. That, look, once we get even lower than that, man, the houses are going to be bidding up. Like, for instance, this last week I had an investment property that that we were bidding on. They had 38 offers. 38 offers. They listed it at 200,000, 299, and it went under contract for 375 with 38 offers, and it was an attached single family home. So just letting you guys know, when the months of supply drops, even with these higher interest rates, if the agent is pricing it competitively and understands how the market has adjusted, you still should be able to get those multiple offers, because once it gets back into that lower price point where it's more affordable for people, they still can buy in. Even though their mortgage payment may be a little bit more, they still have an opportunity to get a property. They just have to downsize. That's all it is. So when we look at these higher interest rates, you just got to think of the opportunity is still there. It's just that now that that $600,000 house that you could afford, now you're at $500,000. So it's not as big of a deal as people make it seem. It's just you have to downgrade. Now you can't live that extravagant lifestyle that you were thinking about living. You have to downsize to something that's more affordable, that fits in within your budget. That's why I always say, do not worry about interest rates. Worry about what you can afford and your finances. Because if you stay within your budget of what you can afford, you won't, the interest rates will not impact you. You just have to adjust with the market. When the interest rates rise, you have to adjust your property price, your purchase price down. And that's okay, because you can't afford the whole house that you could have before, but it's setting you up long term. When we are thinking real estate, what are we thinking, people? Long term. So I just want to get that imprinted into you guys' minds when you guys are working with these properties, because I work with a lot of investors and they're buying properties out the wazoo right now. They're not slowing down like the traditional buyer is. So let's move down. Let's move down to the days on MLS. I mean, this is one of the biggest numbers here too, guys. As you guys can see, the days on the MLS has went dramatically up. We went from 13 days on the market to 32 days on the market. So if your house is sitting on the market, you know, and you haven't had an offer for, you know, 10, 15 days, that's okay, because the average days on the market for both units, detached and attached, is 32 days. And when we go down to the detached single family, it's 35 days. Denver County was the fastest moving property sales this month, with an average of 29 days. And you guys, I got the numbers right here for you. Adams County, you know, Elbert County had the highest with 49 days on the market. So this is why these numbers are important to my home sellers. When you are selling your property and let's say you price your property high. Let's just say, for instance, you price it high. It's a high number. You haven't had an offer for 2 weeks. I mean, if you haven't had an offer for 2 weeks, or you haven't had any activity, you may need to adjust the price. But in hindsight, if you really think about it, it takes 35 days for the property to go under contract. So, I mean, if you really want to wait those 35 days to adjust your price to see if you get an offer, but if you're hitting those 35 days, you definitely need to adjust that price, because you're not, I mean, as we can see here, we know what the average days on the market is. And if we're working with numbers, which real estate is all about numbers, you'll be able to see, okay, well, I need to adjust my price. And if you're still not getting anything, adjust it. Adjust your price even more. You know, the times that we're in now, people can't be greedy anymore. People can't be, oh, I want to get 30K over list price, so I want to list it super high. Everybody, right now, you got to be strategic. You got to be in this market. You got to know what's going on. You got to know how the prices are adjusting, and you got to stay up to date in your data. And this is why I do these market updates. This isn't just for me. This is for other agents out there who don't have time to do market updates. This is for sale by owners who are selling their homes. This is for people who are thinking about selling their homes. I'm giving you guys this data so that you don't think us as agents, we're keeping this to ourselves. We all have a position to play in this market, and mine is to make sure I keep you guys updated so that when you do want to sell your house, you come to an educated agent like myself that knows how to strategically put something together to get you exactly what you want to accomplish in your goals. So let's move on to the days on MLS. For the attached single family homes, these ones are a little bit less at 30. Jefferson County had the fastest moving inventory in November with the average days of 25, and Broomfield had the highest with 49. And here's the active and sold by price range. I'm just going to go to these separately so you guys can see the difference. This is going to be the detached single family homes. It looks like the 600 and 799 price points had the most sold price units, but also the most active listings on the market. See, this is a sweet spot right here for if anybody wants to know what prices are selling the fastest, where our average prices are. This is where our average prices are. These two right here, the 500 to 799 price points. This is where we're seeing most of the action at, most of the active listings coming from, but also the most solds coming from. And then we all have all the different price points there for you. Let's go to the attached single family homes. So when we go to attached single family home, which is usually mostly condos and townhomes, as you can see, they're going to be more in the lower price points there. The 300 to 499. So let's move on to month of supply and days on market. We're just going to do it separately. As you guys know, and the reason why I show you guys these two slides here, because these go hand in hand. So when you're looking at the months of supply, you also want to pay attention to the days on the market, because the lower the supply usually is the lower the days on the market. The higher the supply usually is the higher days on market. But when we're looking here, even the 800 and 899, we're all seeing higher levels of supply, which lets me know that some of these homes in these price points may be overpriced. They may have to bump their prices down a notch so that they can get their homes under contract faster, or get people in to actually see them that can't afford those price points. And that's why we also pay attention to the slide that I just showed you with the active listings versus the sold listings, because per price point, because those are something that you pay attention to tell, okay, well, if I'm pricing my house in this price point and it's overpriced, it's going to sit on the market, basically. It's going to sit on the market. That's just what's going to happen. And if you know we have a limited number of buyers now, you have to price your house competitively and creatively so that you can get an offer on that. You have to be creative when comes to concessions. Now, before, buyers weren't getting to concessions. Now you have to buy down a rate. You got to give out concessions. You might even have to give them a free couch or something so that they can, have some incentives to buy the property, to make it worth their while. So that's the good thing about this market, man. For buyers, it's good because now you got negotiating power. For sellers, if you're leveling up or you're downsizing, this is a great time for you guys too. Even if you wanted to sell and you needed to sell, you just have to price your property correctly. And we're still seeing bidding wars. Like I said, the property that I saw was 30. They had 38 offers from $299 all the way up to $375, and the agent priced it perfectly. She priced it at $299 to drive as many buyers in it as she could to get the prices bid up. And now we look at the price range for attached single family homes. As you guys can see, they're still pretty high. They're definitely not where they were, but that's okay. This is part of the market, and this is what we expect every winter, people. Every winter, you're going to see higher days on the market. You're going to see more months of supply. When the summertime and springtime comes, you will see an opposite path. And if that path haven't changed, then we'll know that we're starting to see some compression on the market and some pressure. Here's the sold units analysis. As you guys notice, this gives you the sold units. There's about 2,000 sold in November. And this is going to be pretty much each county. Arapahoe County, where I'm at, we had a negative 18% change, a negative 43% change year over year. And that was month over month. Man, it's yawning. Sold unit for attached single family home, about 865, with 211 being in Arapahoe County, which is one of the highest sold units. So is Denver. And now the average sold price, people, this is what everybody always wants to hear. This is one of the last slides that we see, but it's one of the most important slides because it's showing you where these numbers are going. And if we're looking at the average price points, as we see, you know, we definitely seen a decline from the highest sale price point to probably we've definitely had about what is it? Year over year, 4% increase, month over month, 1.68% decrease. But as you guys can see, our price points are still up there. Adams County, 545, Arapahoe County, 670, Broomfield, 741, Denver County, 831,000, Douglas County, 876,000. And if we're looking at the month over month changes, Denver had the biggest month over month change with a 10% decrease. But I mean, if we're looking at year over year changes, it had the highest year over year change, well, one of the highest year over year changes besides Douglas County. And Elbert County had a negative 16% year over year change. So we're starting to see some year over year changes, which is important because before we weren't seeing year over year changes, and now the year over year changes are starting to be impacted by these interest rates. But you know, like I said, this is the winter time is usually time that we do see slow down. We do see a little bit price pressure. So to me, that's expected. And when we look at the average sold price, we had a steep decline in July, but it bounced back in around probably October. And now we're seeing a little bit more of a decline. The average price points are still up there. Arapahoe County for the attached single family home being about 382. Denver had the highest still with 561. We're definitely seeing a little bit of month over month changes, but we're still seeing positive year over year changes. So right now, I mean, condos and townhomes might be, you know, one of your most affordable units to buy right now, to be honest with you guys. I mean, and attached single family homes, because it's, you know, they're priced where the pricing pressure isn't really hitting yet. You know, those higher price points are getting declined with the interest rates, but we're starting to see those lower price points get a little bit more activity, and they're starting to get their prices risen up a little bit because of the pricing pressure that the higher price points are having. And this is just the sold units year to date. So that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. Besides, one more slide we're going to do is the sold to list price. So this is just letting you know where the homes, when they're listed, what they're selling for past the price. So we're definitely seeing a decline there. You know, we're instead of seeing 99%, we're starting to see 97%, and it's going to be per your price point. So when you're thinking about making offers, look at these average price points and see what the sold to list price was, and make your offer based on that. So if it's, you know, 200,000 and it's selling 95% less list price, make your offer 95% of 200,000 and see if that get accepted. This is how we learn how to put these offers in so that we can put the best offer in for our buyers. And we could come to the seller and let them know, hey, this is the data I'm getting. This is how we made our offer, and hopefully that helps you win the offer. And this is going to be for detached single family home. So when we go to attached single family homes, see exactly what I was saying. The lower price points, they're still having that activity. They're still seeing about 98 to 99% of their buying power, their pricing power is there. When we go to the higher price points, the more single family homes, we're seeing their pricing power kind of decrease a little bit because of those higher price points. So, but yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what's going on. I mean, if you guys have any questions about the market, or, you know, want a free consultation about seeing how to price your home or how to sell it in this market, definitely DM me. My link will be below to get in touch with me, all my social media contacts. Definitely don't forget to like and subscribe to your channel, to your boy's channel. Hit that notifications button so you can get an alert every time I'm on or I bring up a new video. You know, don't be afraid of the market. This is my last thing I want to give to you guys. Do not be afraid of the market. Worry about your numbers. Worry about your budget. Factor in certain costs that are associated with buying a house, but also put money away to save. Right now, you should be saving more money than you're spending. And I always tell my clients, it's not about interest rates. They're always gonna fluctuate, and you got to take advantage of them when they're at their rate. If they're at 7%, just know when you're going in to talk to a seller, you're gonna have more negotiating power. When they're at lower interest rates, your negotiating power pretty much disappears. Now you have to bid over asking price to win you that property, which if you think about it, it'll sum up to be the same as if interest rates are high. Because if you're paying $40,000 more than what the property's worth, that means that your mortgage is going to go up more too. So we also have to take into account. That's why I say don't worry about the interest rates rising and falling. Put a plan together to strategically attack it at wherever it's at. If it's low, we're going to put one together, attack it there. If it's high, we're going to put one to attack it there. Worry about your budget and worry about your finances. That'll keep you above water. So this is your favorite realtor, Josh Brown, with another market update for November. Definitely, you guys will be seeing me every week. I'm going to put these videos out weekly. It's going to be something different every week. I try to do it, every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but I got to get these to my editor. He has to do his thing. I want to make sure he does it great, so I'm giving him his time. But you guys will see me weekly. More videos will come. So I hope you guys have a pleasant rest of your week. Enjoy your weekend, enjoy your holidays. And until next time, this is your favorite realtor, Josh Brown, once again. Over and out.